Alright, what's up everybody? This is Turbo, I guess. I don't really know what I'm doing. I had this random idea that I was going to, you know, start motovlogging or start a YouTube channel and kind of see where that went for me. And here we are. So everyone calls me Turbo. It kind of all started back when my buddy really was kind of giving me crap, and he was always like, you know, slow down, Turbo, because I'm always going fast and doing, you know, a bunch of dumb crap. So it kind of got adopted from there, and you know, my immediate group kind of just you know, just started calling me that, and then everyone kind of just started calling me that. And then I started making TikToks and all, you know, it kind of just went from there. So yeah, we're just gonna run with that name permanently, I guess. But no, I had a good idea to just start recording what I do. This is kind of just my life. You know, all I do is ride bikes and race cars and go stunt ride and all that. So I figured, you know, why not record it, and you know, maybe people like it, and they'll have somebody new to watch. So that's kind of what we're running with right now. But yeah, I mean, I might as well start it on this bike. We just got it. It's a 2004 Yamaha R1. It's the what is it, the flat plane crank or whatever. Anyways, it's the pre-model to that, and some people say it's the best R1, some people say it's the worst R1. I don't know. I just know it's fun. I like riding it, and I'm not really going for the fastest bike on the streets. I'm not going for the flashiest bike on the streets. I'm just, you know, I just want something fun to ride that's different. So here we are. But I ended up over at my buddy's shop this morning and kind of like, hey, this is what I got. And, like, you know, light me up, tell me everything that's wrong with it. And all in all, I mean, it's solid. It's a solid platform, but it's a little clapped. I'm probably going to start like a build series on it and just ride it as I build it. But it needs fairings. It needs an ignition switch. It needs what else? The cooling fan's a little noisy. It needs a front tire. Oh, and I there's something wrong in the clutch basket. So other than that, it's pretty solid. It's got a new motor in it. But what happened is when they put the new motor in it, they used a bunch of parts from the old motor, and I think maybe the clutch is part of that. I don't know, but the kid had paperwork on it. So we're gonna see what happens, I guess. My problem is I get stuff, and then like I wheel and deal and I trade and I do, you know, all that, and if I like something a lot, then I keep it, and I refuse to get rid of it, no matter, like, you know, how hard times get and stuff like that. But if it's something where it's like, oh, this is fun, but, you know, we could upgrade or we can try something else out, you know, that's usually how that goes. So I don't know what the future entails for this bike, but, you know, regardless, we're gonna have fun on it, and we're gonna do what we do and work on it, get it looking nice. You know, I like to drive and ride nice stuff. So that's, and I really just like to build stuff. So I think we're gonna mess with this a little bit. But all in all, I think if we throw like maybe, I don't know, $1,000 at it, a little less, well, that's a nice car. I'd love to have one, something like that. But all in all, I think if we throw about $1,000 at it, we'll end up with something pretty decent. But all in all, right now, like it's not bad for what it is, you know. So we're gonna go from there. But I got quite a few bikes and cars and stuff that I plan on making content with, that I've kind of just built and acquired over the years. So I think with all that being said, it'll be an interesting channel to watch that, you know, is doing arguably a lot of the same things as a lot of other creators, but there's not a lot of people making content in the state that I'm in, and there's not a lot of people moto vlogging and building, I guess, and racing and drifting and stunting. You know what I mean? Like there's people doing it, but you know, I feel like there's a decent enough gap where I can fit in there and hopefully make something work here, where I can just pump out good stuff for people to watch is really just the goal. I'm not really aiming at making money from this, but if we do, then awesome. And if we ever get to that point, I'm gonna look back on this video and reference it, and I plan on giving back. You know, if I got a decent viewer base and all that, you know, at some point I'd like to give back and help those who help me if I ever get to a point where it's life altering, I guess, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. What are you doing? Like land surveying? Yep, I think that's there. That is. But anyway, so we being like, my wife's probably gonna help me record and stuff, but we're in Wyoming, and we do a lot of traveling. Like I probably put, oh, that'd be nice to have. I probably put, I don't know, 12 to 17,000 miles on average on my bikes a season, just, like combined. You know, we go to a lot of different states and events and stuff like that, so I think it's going to be a good time. But right now, we got the R1, we got a 2012 ZX6R 636. It's fully stunted, like basically everything you can do to a bike's done. It's got a Badass Industries frame and all that on it. And then we got a super clean Yamaha Banshee. It's been lowered and widened, and you know, it looks nice, and it's built for, you know, street riding and wheeling and drifting and those kind of things. I just got rid of my Harley Dyna for a truck, but we'll probably get another one at some point. And then we got a 2015 Road Glide I'm building right now. We're going for like a performance bagger type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I know it's not a rocket, but you know, I'm going for a big bike that can handle well and hang in the corners and all that, which a lot of people don't know, but Harleys are actually very performance oriented if you A, know how to ride them, but B, if you build them the right way. Right now, like, mine's been weight reducted. It's got, you know, we've been doing been lightening up the bike as a whole. We got aluminum swing arm, we got full Legend remote reservoir suspension in the back of that bike, and Race Tech front internals and all that. But we got a lot we're doing to it. Swifty. But we got a lot going on it. The like I said, the Banshee is lowered and widened, and new fairings, and it's got a billet clutch basket and a Barnett clutch, and you know, it's built to get stunted around and stuff. We probably won't take it out and, you know, ride it in the desert or anything, but I might take it out to the dunes. I think that'd be fun. My buddy that I got it from before I did a bunch of work to it, he used to ride it at the dunes, and it was a very capable bike. It was fun. So we'll probably go and do stuff like that. And then, like I said, I got some cars. I got a Rocket Bunny wide bodies 350Z with a blown motor. I got to put another motor in it. We got done building a carbon wide body C5 Corvette, and then the day I got it out of the shop, I had somebody wreck into it in front of my house and total it. Arguably one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into that car, and it was just a whole fiasco with the insurance company and all that. So, but I plan on doing something with it. I don't think I'm gonna rebuild it, but I'm thinking about maybe turning it into like a resto mod, like dropping maybe like a Camaro body on it, or, you know, maybe doing like an old like 30s Model A sedan body and turning into like a ratty, like a rat rod / hot rod type of thing. You know, I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet, but and then I got a 4-wheel drive van I've been building. We'll be making a lot of content with that, and some other odds and ends here and there, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna mess around and see what we can come up with and go from there, you know? But all in all, as far as like a review goes, for, we'll call it the I don't know, the clapped R1. As far as like not being on a full fairing, like traditional rocket in a long time, like last time I was on a bike like this was probably, I don't know, in high school, and I got in a lot of trouble on it. I got in a big high-speed chase, and you know, it wasn't pretty. So I kind of vowed for a long time, like, you know, I won't get another one of those, because, you know, there's a few times during that night I thought I was gonna die. So that's kind of where we're at currently. Is there somebody in that? No. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, we'll jump back into this scene and ride it out and go from there and see how we like them. But all in all, my overall thoughts on it are, it's very rider oriented, if that makes sense. It doesn't have a ton of bells and whistles. It doesn't have a lot of electronics. Like, I don't even think this thing has ABS or any of that. It's like raw power. And it's not the fastest thing on the planet, and I'm really aware of that, but you know, for what it is, it's got plenty. Now, like, if I was gonna go build a roll racing bike or something, it'd probably be a good platform to run with. Maybe, I don't know, but I know a lot of people aren't running these, probably for a reason in that world. But where I'm at, like, we don't really have any of that going on, so it's not really something I have to worry about. And the fastest bikes here are probably going to be like ZX10s. So, but yeah, all in all, I mean, like, it for what it is, it's more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, it's fast. Yeah, it's got its quirks here and there, and it's got its, you know, its imperfections, but all in all, actually, we'll pull up here real quick and I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like. Gotta burp the downshifts and be a super Chad. Suggested speed limit. Yeah, that's a good view. We'll do that. I'm gonna regret turning this off because this ignition's super wonky. Were you still recording? Yes. Alright. Well, there's a rocket over there. I wonder if he's getting off on the exit. Maybe we can go catch him. But yeah, this is it. It's got a carbon, I don't know what that's called, but the rear fin thing above the tire. Fancy. It looks nice from like 15 feet away. Like, it doesn't look like it's that bad. The lettering on the wheels is all, excuse me, it's all vinyl. The fairings are pretty rough, like a lot of them. It's missing bolts and stuff here and there. A bunch of clips are broke. The headlight's not even really held in. Like, it's doing all right, I guess. But all in all, we're gonna put a new set of fairings on it. I'm not sure what I want to go with yet, and I'm gonna make sure that whatever I buy is decent. But the rear seat actually doesn't even match this bike, so I'm gonna put the stock seat back on it, probably. I just did an oil change on it. I use Blood Racing products. That's who sponsors me right now. I'm a huge fan of their oils. They're definitely not paying me to say anything, but like they're really solid oils. And yeah, I mean, this is really it. It's got imperfections everywhere though. Like this bolt's all wonky. I don't really know what's going on with that. And then I put these on it because it didn't have any. And then the exhaust, we need to do something about that. It's got this weird hole down there, and I think it's stock. It does not sound good. Oh, and then of course you got to have the, the wonky taillight. But we have a new taillight and some other stuff coming, so this is what we're rolling for right now. Of course, no plate, because why not? This aftermarket thing that likes to wiggle and move around. But it does have a GPR stabilizer, which is nice. It works, so all in all, it works, for what we're doing, it works. I definitely look forward to doing more stuff with it. Even though winter's here, it's I think it'll do good for the remaining of the time that we have some decent weather. But yeah, I mean, all in all, like, if I've been riding pretty much my whole life, and I got a racing background, and I'm nothing crazy, I'm nothing special, but I know how to drive, and I know my way around a bike decently. I do not recommend somebody getting 1,000 of any kind for their first bike. Like, that's a terrible, it's a great idea, but it's really a terrible idea. It's it's a lot of bike that somebody would need to at least have an extensive riding course done before they do it, or something, or somebody that's got the maturity, I guess, to understand what they're sitting on. Because I'll tell you right now, I mean, you grab a fistful of this thing, and you're clearing some I don't really know. You're going really, really fast, really quick, and you're clearing a lot of ground. And if you don't know how to work your brakes just right and don't panic and all that, you're gonna be all right. But a lot of people, that comes with riding these bikes and learning. So I guess like if I was somebody and they're looking at getting a new bike, I would either start on like a Harley Sportster or like a Dyna maybe, if they want like something that's just a nice cruiser. But I mean, if you really want a sport bike, I would definitely start on like, I don't know, man, under a 600 for sure if it's your first bike. Or a 600 max, you'd probably be all right. Like I said, if you have respect for the bike and you have, you know, the maturity to not ball yourself up into the back of a truck or the side of an SUV or something, get whatever you want. Just be smart about it. Don't jump on the first cheapest deal you can find. Like, make sure you're looking over these things and not grabbing a pile of crap that's going to get you killed, you know? But all in all, I mean, there's not I would say that probably less and less people ride bikes every year.